Well, I've just left Brig of Turk, come up the road there. I'm heading for Strathair on this beautiful day, where the forecast is good. And I'm going via the top of Benvane. You need to have a fair bit of experience to come out this way and head into the open hill. You know, there's not going to be paths, and a lot of this is going to be just open, rough countryside. You know, I've got a map, compass here, and a whistle. Not that I'm going to be playing tunes or anything, hopefully. I had been in this part of Scotland before, decades ago. I mean, I remember once walking from Brig of Turk and starting off on this same road and heading for Balquhidder. But while I did that stage, gain a wee bit of height, it was a kind of, I didn't go onto the high tops. On another occasion, I have started at Callander and walked again to Balquhidder via the top of Ben Ledy, and then sticking to the tops. There's a few ups and downs, which included Benvane, and then dropping down, as I say, and heading for Balquhidder. But I've not actually done this particular walk before. As I say, Brig of Turk, Benvane, Strathair. Ending at Strathair will cut a couple of miles off, you know, compared with the Balquhidder route. I don't know whether you could call Benvane a mountain. It's a corbett, apparently, which is a little bit smaller than a Munro. I don't know at what stage hills stop being hills and start becoming mountains. But I'm fairly happy to say that this is fairly high. Benvane's quite high, quite a few rocky outcrops, so I'm quite happy to call it a mountain. And the exact route from here to the top of Benvane and the exact route from the top down to Strathair, at the moment I'm not sure about. I've got a rough idea, but I want to, at various stages on the walk, I just want to have a look at the land and see how it looks. I don't want to be wandering and sprackling over undulating, peaty, boggy stuff, especially when I'm lugging a camera and a tripod. So if it looks okay, I'll go a particular way. If it doesn't, I'll go a different way. So we'll see how we go.
I am a fountain, I am a spring. You bathe in my rivers, I've given you everything, everything, everything. I am a cup, you be the wine. I'll drink till I'm thirsty, drink till I'm blind by your brilliance. Every day, in every way, every day. Your shining is calling me out, your shining is summoning light from my skin to be calling us out, all of our dawning. If I am a mountain, you are a valley, we'll see in each other the balance of everything, everything, everything.
This is probably a good place to stop and just get our bearings and get a handle on what's going on. We're just at the side of Glen Finglas Reservoir here, and you can get a pretty good view ahead, and you can see what's coming up. The hope is that this sort of low, rounded, humpback hill that you can see ahead there, while I can't see a path going up it, it must be feeding time for the sheep. There's an awful lot of sheep coming my way. Although I can't see a path, I don't really see any issues about just going straight up there. I mean, from here you can see there's a slight rocky outcrop, but on the whole it all looks pretty rounded and quite a nice little hill. And the name of that one's not on my map, I'm sure it's got a name. And once we got up over there, in fact, Craig na He don't know how to pronounce it. And eventually onto Benvane. I don't know what's going on with all the sheep here. Anyway, so it's all looking good so far. Well, this shows you just how easy it is to get confused. I'm easily confused at the best of times, but when you're in the great outdoors, it's just very easy to just kind of lose the plot altogether. That hill that I thought looked nice and I named it, that's not the hill we got up, and that's not what it's called, whatever I called it. Because this is the hill we're going up. And once we're up on that top, we'll eventually head towards Benvane. I mean, get your map the right way up, Edward. That's a good start. I mean, that seems to be, that one that appears to be called Milt Cala. Again, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And that is Craig na Herik. Pronunciation's terrible, I know. And I've got a wee track here that's kind of leading roughly in that direction. At some point we're going to leave this track and head up straight onto the hill, but I can see further on, and this kind of leads partly a good bit of the way, so it's going to be easier walking than being on the open hill. So we'll stick with this for as long as we can, and then we'll go onto the hill. But you've got to keep your wits about you out here, or you'll be in trouble.
I am a mountain, you are a valley, we'll see in each other the balance of everything, everything, everything. I am a feather, the wing of a swan, the bond never broken, love in a life beyond time, we'll see it this way, staying awake every day. Your shining is calling me out, your shining is summoning light from my skin to be calling us out, and all of our dawning.
Look at this. What the flip is that? We could be looking at Yeti dung here. Oh my god. This track's not on my map. This is on the western side of Glen Casaig, or Glen Casaig. There's a track on the map on the other side of the glen. The glen's just on my right. And it's a good idea to just stick with this track for as long as it will allow, because it is kind of heading, sweeping round to the left in the direction of Benvane, and there's no reason for me to go up onto the hill on the left just now. So it looks a little bit on the rough side, so I'll stick with this for as long as possible. I've decided that I'm going to leave this track here and head left up onto the open hill. Looks a wee bit kinder underfoot just here. I can see the track on the other side of the glen on my right. I can see where it starts to head uphill, and I know exactly where that point is on the map. But I would rather just be on the left hand side hills here. That's the way I want to approach Benvane. So there's nothing else for it but onwards and upwards. It's tough going, I'll tell you. Up here I can see down onto the substantial track on the other side of the glen there. You've got Benlady over there. And I can see that the track that I just left actually continues, and it might well be the case that that kind of goes much further towards Benvane than I had thought. This is one of the perils of using a map that's a little out of date, because not everything could be on it. You know, that track that I just left is not on my map. That said, I'm sure I checked Ordnance Survey online. I don't think it was on there either. You know, and it's just lessons to learn. When you buy your Ordnance Survey map, I'm struggling to speak here, I'm so knackered. You know, it's already out of date. And you think, well, if somebody puts a track in out here in the middle of nowhere, how long will it be before it's picked up by surveyors and what have you and placed on a map? I don't know what that answer is. I'm just stopping here for a breather, just let my heart get back to a reasonable level of beating. Just to ensure that it keeps doing that beating thing. Way behind me there I can see the wee hill of Dungoyne on the Strathblane hills. I'm possibly right in the way of it. It stands out from the rest of the Strathblane hills. It's very noticeable. It's one of the hills you can see if you're approaching Glasgow Airport from a particular direction on an aeroplane. It's always a sign that you're home. Anyway, we've got a wee bit to go here before we hit this, the top of this section, and then we'll be up, and I don't know if you could call it a ridge, but it's just a series of hills that will eventually lead to Benvane, in the same way that that series of hills on the other side of the glen from Benlady will lead to Benvane. But onwards we must go. Holy moly.
Your shining is calling me out. Your shining is summoning light from my skin to be calling us out. All of our dawning. If I am a mountain, you are a valley, we'll see it. beyond time, we'll see it this way. Staying awake every day, your shining is...
Well, we're essentially on the top of the first of those bumps, for want of a better term, on this series of hills that will lead towards Benvane, and I think that's actually Benvane over there, because this has been quite a kind of rounded top here, and I can see that it goes down quite dramatically before going back up again, and just behind me I think is Benvane, and it's all looking good. I haven't seen one soul all day. I've seen lots of little birds and butterflies and an occasional buzzing bee, but I'm the only person up here. So let's carry on. This is just so utterly beautiful. Well, the top of Benvane's just a short distance up there. I actually missed it. I sort of bypassed it and so I'm not sure what happened. I was following a footpath that followed a old fence line. And for some reason it didn't go up the very top of Benvane. But there's two kind of rough kind of tops. I seem to be heading for the other top, which I don't think is the real top, but you know, I came close enough. I'm watching my time so that I can get back into Reservoir for the last bus. So I just didn't want to go back up there just to be able to say, this is the top of Benvane. I think the last bus out of Reservoir is much more important. I'm still not convinced that I can make it. So anyway, I'm just heading down the other side of Benvane. The hill kind of dribbles its way down that way, and then I'll cut down, and at a farm, I've forgotten the name of it, it's on my map. I'll pick up a footpath. You can't actually see Reservoir from here. It's sort of behind that other hill. The whole place is full of hills. If the battery in the camera goes, I'm just going to let that bit go, and I'll pick you up at some later stage. Absolutely cracking scenery. Absolutely cracking. I'm getting too old for these hills. I suspect this is the last time I'll build this one. I don't know why, sometimes when I'm trying to figure out which video to do and where to go, there's a few places kind of spring to mind, but there's always one that over a number of days comes to the fore, and I just wanted to do this one for some reason. square sliced ham, good butter and Dijon mustard. Does life get better than this? I can see somebody else way down there. First person I've seen on the hills all day. And the poor soul's coming up this way. It's always better going down. Having said that, I know my knees are going to suffer something terrible. And my nose will drip all over the place. It's a hell of a lot of travelling just for a 1 day's hike in the hills. I've got a bus from Partick to the centre of Glasgow, a bus to Balquhidder. I've got a demand responsive taxi from Balquhidder to Brig or Turk because there's no buses in that area. I'll walk to Strathire. I've got a bus from Strathire to Callander, another bus from Callander to Stirling. I've got a bus from Stirling to Glasgow and a bus from Glasgow to Partick. That's a lot of travelling, you know, a lot of time sitting in a bus for this.
If I am a fountain, I am a spring. You bathe in my rivers, I'm giving you everything. Everything, everything. I am a cup, you be the wine. I'll drink till I'm thirsty, drink till I'm blind by your brilliance. Every day, in every way, every day. Your shining is calling me out, your shining is summoning light from my skin to be calling us out in all of our dawning. If I am a mountain, you are a valley, we'll see in each other the balance of everything, everything, everything. I am a feather, the wing of a swan, the bond never broken, love in a life beyond time. Oh, come ye, mother waters, I am diving into thee. Float me on your rivers and sing me with your sea. Oh, come ye, mother waters, I am diving into thee. Float me.
I'm a little concerned that I might not make it into Strathire for the last bus, which is at 5:26. It's got to be a good name for a film, isn't it? The last bus out of Strathire. So when I get down to ground level, I'm going to have to just stop and make a few decisions. I mean, I don't really have much of a decision. I can either follow the road to Balquhidder, head to the King's house, or I can follow that same road but instead veer towards Strathire, or I can go my original planned route, which was to head right here and pick up a footpath. But just on looking at it from here, I can see that there's a bit of height involved, and I am already knackered, for want of a better word, and I'm not sure if I could deal with another hill. prospect of staying at ground level is starting to appeal to me, something terrible. But it's just a matter of time. I mean, at the end of the day, if I don't make it, it would mean me having to spend the night in Strathire or Balquhidder, which I can't afford. But I'm not going to rush it, you know, I'll let you see how we go. Better to get there late than drop dead on the way. Well, that's me down at sort of ground level, more or less. Basically, I've overstretched myself. My legs are bigger than my belly, or whatever that phrase is. This was the way I had originally intended to go, and it is the shorter way into Strathire. But as you can see ahead, there's a hill involved, and although we do skirt to the right hand side of it, there's still a fair bit of slope involved. And I'm just too wrecked to be doing any more hilling. So I'm going to follow this road here, make for Balquhidder and then the King's House. I'll get the bus there, because I think the bus actually starts at Gleann. It's about 4 miles or something, all on tarmac. It'll kill me, but it's got to be done. It's going to be the easiest way. And I'm going to finish the video here because you don't really want to see a grown man weeping when eventually I get to the King's House. So I'm Eddie Burns. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again.
If I am a fountain, I am a spring, you bathe in my rivers, I'm giving you everything, everything, everything. I am a cup, you be the wine, I'll drink till I'm thirsty, drink till I'm blind by your brilliance, every day, in every way. Every day your shining is calling me out. Your shining is summoning light from my skin to be calling us out. All of our dawning. If I am a mountain, you are a valley, we'll see in each other the balance of everything. Everything, everything. I am a feather, the wing of a swan, the bond never broken, love in a life beyond time. We'll see it this way, staying awake. Every day your shining is calling me out.